Lesson 1. Dialogues. Leaving messages. Listen.
Hi, Tom. This is Bernie. I'm going away for 2 weeks, and I'll call you when I get back. Bye.
Hi, Tom. This is Sherry. John and I are giving a barbecue on Saturday. You must come. All the guests are bringing a bottle and something to eat. Can you bring the potato salad? Call me back and confirm. See you soon.
Whew, boy, I'm glad I missed that.
Hello, Tom. Jane here. It's Friday afternoon. I suppose you're not back yet. I hope you had a good time in New Orleans. Give me a call soon. Bye.
Hello. This is Michael Cannon. Oh, God, I hate these machines.
Hello? I am a friend of Marie-Thérèse. She said I could telephone you. I have just arrived at the Greyhound bus station in Los Angeles. Marie-Thérèse said that you had a beautiful big house and maybe I could stay with you.
Who the hell is Marie-Thérèse?
Hello, Tom. This is Jane again. Where are you? Seems that you really like New Orleans. Bye.
Hello, Tom. Are you there? No, I guess not. Annie has just called me. She's been seeing Ronnie for the last 2 weeks. Isn't that wonderful? I hope they stay together. You should call her sometime. She says she never hears from you, and she is your sister after all. Your father's fine, but he's been overworking as usual. Well, Tom, that's the news. I hope you're eating properly. Take care.
Yes, Mom.
Hello, Tom. This is Jane, yet again. I'm going out, and, I don't have an answering machine.
Oh.
Now listen and repeat.
I'm going away for 2 weeks. I'll call you when I get back.
Can you bring the potato salad?
See you soon.
I hope you had a good time in New Orleans.
Annie has just called me.
You should call her sometime. Oral practice 1. Exercise 1. Listen. I love L.A., Jane said.
Jane said that she loved L.A.
Now it's your turn. I love L.A., Jane said.
She said that she loved L.A.
People have lots of barbecues, Jane said.
She said that people had lots of barbecues.
People are very nice, Jane said.
She said that people were very nice.
They work quite hard, Jane said.
She said that they worked quite hard.
I don't like the pollution, Jane said.
She said that she didn't like the pollution.
Exercise 2. Listen. Pat says she can come at 9 o'clock.
Pat said she could come at 9 o'clock.
Joe says he will visit me in London.
Joe said he would visit me in London.
Now it's your turn. Pat says she can come at 9 o'clock.
Pat said she could come at 9 o'clock.
Joe says he will visit me in London.
Joe said he would visit me in London.
The boys say they can swim.
The boys said they could swim.
My parents say they'll come to New York.
My parents said they would come to New York.
They say they can't possibly take her by car.
They said they couldn't possibly take her by car.
Exercise 3. Listen.
I arrived at the bus station a few moments ago.
I've just arrived at the bus station.
Now it's your turn.
I arrived at the bus station a few moments ago.
I've just arrived at the bus station.
I called your office a few moments ago.
I've just called your office.
Your sister was here a few moments ago.
Your sister's just been here.
The taxi left a few moments ago.
The taxi's just left.
They went to the station a few moments ago.
They've just gone to the station.
Exercise 4. Listen.
I'm going to London in February. I'll see you then.
I'll see you when I go to London.
Now it's your turn.
I'm going to London in February. I'll see you then.
I'll see you when I go to London.
My boss will know his schedule soon. He'll call you then.
My boss will call you when he knows his schedule.
You're going away. They'll miss you.
They'll miss you when you go away.
She'll be hungry. Then she'll eat.
She'll eat when she's hungry.
I'm going to Athens. I'll see the Parthenon then.
I'll see the Parthenon when I go to Athens.
Exercise 5. Listen.
She's watching television now. She started watching television 3 hours ago.
She's been watching television for 3 hours.
He's listening to the radio now. He started listening to the radio at 6 o'clock.
He's been listening to the radio since 6 o'clock. Now it's your turn.
She's watching television now. She started watching television 3 hours ago.
She's been watching television for 3 hours.
He's listening to the radio now. He started listening to the radio at 6 o'clock.
He's been listening to the radio since 6 o'clock.
It's raining now. It started raining at 12 o'clock.
It's been raining since 12 o'clock.
It's snowing now. It started snowing 2 days ago.
It's been snowing for 2 days. Exercise 6. Listen.
Are you ill? Then go to the doctor.
You should go to the doctor. Now it's your turn.
Are you ill? Then go to the doctor.
You should go to the doctor.
Are you tired? Then take a vacation.
You should take a vacation.
Are you bored? Then go out and meet new people.
You should go out and meet new people.
Are you fat? Then start playing tennis.
You should start playing tennis.
Don't you like LA? Then move to New York.
You should move to New York.
¿Por qué le sale esta cosa?
Number 1.
I didn't know I'd see you here.
2.
I didn't know I'd see you here.
3.
I didn't know I'd see you here.
4.
I didn't know I'd see you here.
5.
I didn't know I'd see you here.
Lesson 2. Dialogues. At a travel agency. Listen. Good morning. Can you help me?
Yes, certainly.
I'd like to get away for a while and see different parts of the United States.
What kind of vacation would you like to take?
I'm not sure.
We have a variety of trips in every price range. We have a 2-week coast-to-coast package to 10 cities. If you take that, you'll get to see Denver, Chicago, Nashville, Washington.
Actually, I'd rather get away from cities.
If you take our Western Wander Week, you'll visit an Indian reservation, and you'll be able to watch a Navajo rain dance. Then, you'll drive on to the Grand Canyon, where you'll spend a night in a log cabin. Afterwards, you can hike down the canyon with a qualified guide. After that, the tour bus will drive you back to Los Angeles via a ghost town from Gold Rush days. There's an overnight stop in Las Vegas. The round trip, including accommodation, meals, and tax, comes to $998.79.
That sounds interesting, but do you have anything more, unusual?
If you like outdoor life, you'll love our Alaskan adventure. First, you'll fly to Anchorage, and then our local guides will take you on a 10-day rafting and camping trip. That's really getting away from it all.
That's exactly what I want. How much is it?
It's a bargain. It's great value for money at only $1,865.
It's a bit expensive, but it sounds wonderful. I'd like to go as soon as possible. Now listen and repeat.
Good morning. Can you help me?
I'd like to get away for a while.
What kind of vacation would you like to take?
That sounds interesting.
If you like outdoor life, you'll love our Alaskan adventure.
That's exactly what I want. How much is it?
It's a bargain. It's great value for money at only $18.65.
I'd like to go as soon as possible.
Unit 4, Oral Practice 2. Exercise 1. Listen.
When Jane went to the United States, she visited the Grand Canyon.
If Jane goes to the United States, she'll visit the Grand Canyon.
Now it's your turn.
When Jane went to the United States, she visited the Grand Canyon.
If Jane goes to the United States, she'll visit the Grand Canyon.
When they took a vacation, they went to Europe.
If they take a vacation, they'll go to Europe.
When the dollar went down, many European tourists visited the United States.
If the dollar goes down, many European tourists will visit the United States.
When Paul went to London, he bought a cashmere coat.
If Paul goes to London, he'll buy a cashmere coat.
Exercise 2. Listen.
If Jane goes to San Francisco, she'll see the Golden Gate Bridge.
If Jane doesn't go to San Francisco, she won't see the Golden Gate Bridge.
Now it's your turn.
If Jane goes to San Francisco, she'll see the Golden Gate Bridge.
If Jane doesn't go to San Francisco, she won't see the Golden Gate Bridge.
If it's sunny tomorrow, we'll go swimming.
If it's not sunny tomorrow, we won't go swimming.
If we take a vacation this summer, we'll go to Peru.
If we don't take a vacation this summer, we won't go to Peru.
If she makes enough money next year, she'll go to college.
If she doesn't make enough money next year, she won't go to college.
Exercise 3. Listen.
The movies, we went to see Jeff.
After the movies, we went to see Jeff.
We went to the movies and we went to see Jeff.
We went to the movies, and afterwards, we went to see Jeff.
Now it's your turn. The movies, we went to see Jeff.
After the movies, we went to see Jeff.
We went to the movies and we went to see Jeff.
We went to the movies, and afterwards, we went to see Jeff.
They played tennis and they went swimming.
They played tennis, and afterwards, they went swimming.
I'll play squash with you, but I must do some work.
I'll play squash with you, but afterwards, I must do some work.
She finished reading her book. She made a cup of coffee.
After she finished reading her book, she made a cup of coffee.
Exercise 4. Listen and repeat the sentences with the verb get.
To get up.
Peter gets up every morning as soon as he hears his alarm clock.
To get away.
She wanted to get away, so she went to Barbados for a week.
To get along.
Margie and her little sister don't agree about anything. They don't get along.
To get into.
I really got into Gone with the Wind. I couldn't stop reading it.
To get bigger.
My company's opening branches in 3 cities now. It's really gotten bigger.
Exercise 5. Listen.
I can speak English.
Next year.
I'll be able to speak English next year.
I can water ski.
Last year.
I could water ski last year. Now it's your turn.
I can speak English.
Next year.
I'll be able to speak English next year.
I can water ski.
Last year.
I could water ski last year.
We can stay out late.
Tomorrow.
We'll be able to stay out late tomorrow.
She can sing beautifully.
When she was young.
She could sing beautifully when she was young. Exercise 6. Listen.
You'll spend the night in a log cabin. It's very nice.
The log cabin where you'll spend the night is very nice.
Now it's your turn.
You'll spend the night in a log cabin. It's very nice.
The log cabin where you'll spend the night is very nice.
She'll have dinner in a restaurant. It has very good food.
The restaurant where she'll have dinner has very good food.
I went hiking in the mountains. They were magnificent.
The mountains where I went hiking were magnificent.
We played golf at the club. It was very expensive.
The club where we played golf was very expensive. Unit 4. Take a break 2. Listen.
Day
Lesson 3, Dialogues. Problems. Listen.
How are you this week?
Terrible. I've had an awful week.
Do you want to talk about it?
Well, I don't know what's the matter with me. The other day I was taking a shower when the doorbell rang, and I answered the telephone.
Yes, and?
And another time, I was walking down the street when my boss came up to me, and I couldn't even remember his name.
That's not the way to get a promotion, huh?
You're not kidding. And yesterday, I was having dinner with a friend in a restaurant, and suddenly I got up and started clearing the table.
I'm sure the waiter was pleased.
That's not the point, Doctor. What's the matter with me?
How long has this been going on?
Well, I was okay until I went to New Orleans to work on a jazz documentary. I was staying in a house with the film crew. Everything was going fine. Then, one night, while I was listening to some music, a terrible storm broke out. Then the lights went out, and the cameraman walked in, and I got really angry with him. I don't know why.
This is most interesting. Does this cameraman remind you of your father in any way? And the music, can you remember exactly which piece it was?
Now listen and repeat. I've had an awful week.
I don't know what's the matter with me.
I was taking a shower when the doorbell rang.
You're not kidding.
That's not the point.
How long has this been going on?
I was okay until I went to New Orleans. Unit 4, Oral Practice 3, Exercise 1. Listen.
Take a shower. The phone rang.
I was taking a shower when the phone rang.
Now it's your turn.
Take a shower. The phone rang.
I was taking a shower when the phone rang.
Walk down the street. My boss came up to me.
I was walking down the street when my boss came up to me.
Check in. They announced my flight.
I was checking in when they announced my flight.
Give a party. The police arrived.
I was giving a party when the police arrived.
Work late at the office. My friend called.
I was working late at the office when my friend called. Exercise 2.
Listen.
We were listening to the radio. The phone rang.
While we were listening to the radio, the phone rang.
Now it's your turn.
We were listening to the radio. The phone rang.
While we were listening to the radio, the phone rang.
They were listening to some music. I cooked the meal.
While they were listening to some music, I cooked the meal.
You were sunbathing on the beach. I stayed at home and worked.
While you were sunbathing on the beach, I stayed at home and worked.
You were sleeping. I left for San Diego.
While you were sleeping, I left for San Diego.
You were taking a trip. I got the promotion.
While you were taking a trip, I got the promotion.
He was taking a shower. I made a phone call.
While he was taking a shower, I made a phone call.
Exercise 3. Listen.
When I see you, I remember your brother.
You remind me of your brother.
Now it's your turn.
When I see you, I remember your brother.
You remind me of your brother.
When I listen to that song, I remember you.
That song reminds me of you.
When she meets him, she remembers her husband.
He reminds her of her husband.
When they sit in that cafe, they remember Paris.
That cafe reminds them of Paris.
When we see her, we remember Catherine.
She reminds us of Catherine.
Exercise 4. Now listen and repeat the sentences with the verb go.
To go on.
How long has the situation been going on?
To go away.
I want to go away on vacation.
To go up to.
I'll go up to that man and ask him the way.
To go out with.
I'm going out with an interesting person tonight.
To go through.
He's going through a very difficult time at the moment.
To go along with.
His idea was great, so I went along with it.
Exercise 5. Now listen and repeat the sentences with the verb get.
To become.
He's getting very thin.
To arrive.
He gets home very late in the evenings.
To obtain.
I'm getting my visa today.
To buy.
Can you get me a coffee?
To receive.
He gets a check from his father every month.
To catch.
He got the 9 o'clock train.
Exercise 6. Listen and repeat.
How are you this week?
Do you want to talk about it?
You must be kidding.
That's not the point.
What's the matter?
Unit 4. Take a break 3. Listen.
Number 1.
Don't put your fingers in the jam.
2.
1 cheeseburger with French fries, please.
3.
Jennifer, will you marry me?
4.
Oh, aren't you an adorable little baby?
5.
How long have you had this pain in your back?
Unit 4, Lesson 4, Dialogues. On a freeway in Los Angeles. Listen.
This is Radio WXQR bringing you the news headlines at 1 o'clock.
The new defense budget has been rejected by Congress. 1 person was killed and 6 were injured when Hurricane Edie swept over Florida last night. The Oscar for Best Film was won by Keep Smiling, directed by Robert Rielberg. And now a word from our sponsor.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I keep losing my friends. I'll never ask for a second date.
If Debbie used Fresh and Clean underarm deodorant, she would be really popular. The phone would keep on ringing, and she'd never sit home alone.
Switch that thing off, Mike.
What's the matter with you, Tom? You're very irritable these days.
Nothing.
How's Jane?
I don't know. She went away without saying goodbye.
Oh, I see. How's work going?
Not too well. I'm fed up with L.A. I might go somewhere else.
Where would you go?
Well, if I left L.A., I'd go to Chicago or maybe New York.
If I were you, I wouldn't go. If you moved back east, wouldn't you miss sunny California?
Hey, Mike, cut it out. Will you do me a favor and stop asking me so many questions?
Sure, Tom, sure. Do you mind if I switch the radio back on?
Hey, Mike, would you do me a big favor and drive me to the airport?
The airport? What about the 4th of July barbecue in Santa Monica? Tom, are you feeling okay?
Just fine.
Now listen.
I didn't watch television, so I didn't see the news.
If I'd watched television, I'd have seen the news.
Now it's your turn.
I didn't watch television, so I didn't see the news.
If I'd watched television, I'd have seen the news.
The weather wasn't good, so we didn't go to the beach.
If the weather had been good, we'd have gone to the beach.
The president didn't win the election, so he didn't cut taxes.
If the president had won the election, he would have cut taxes.
The train didn't leave on time, so we didn't arrive on time.
If the train had left on time, we'd have arrived on time.
They didn't have enough money, so they didn't buy a bigger house.
If they'd had enough money, they'd have bought a bigger house.
I didn't phone them, so they didn't meet me at the airport.
If I'd phoned them, they'd have met me at the airport.
Exercise 2. Listen.
I went to the bar and saw him.
If I hadn't gone to the bar, I wouldn't have seen him.
Now it's your turn.
I went to the bar and saw him.
If I hadn't gone to the bar, I wouldn't have seen him.
I drank a lot of whiskey and felt terrible this morning.
If I hadn't drunk a lot of whiskey, I wouldn't have felt terrible this morning.
I spoke good English, so I got the job.
If I hadn't spoken good English, I wouldn't have got the job.
I spent 2 years in the U.S., so I learned to speak American.
If I hadn't spent 2 years in the U.S., I wouldn't have learned to speak American.
He sold his apartment at a very good price, so he made a lot of money.
If he hadn't sold his apartment at a very good price, he wouldn't have made a lot of money.
Exercise 3. Listen.
The car wouldn't start.
Repair.
I had my car repaired. Now it's your turn.
The car wouldn't start.
Repair.
I had my car repaired.
The electricity wouldn't work.
Fix.
I had the electricity fixed.
I didn't like the color of the living room.
Paint.
I had the living room painted.
I didn't like the way the apartment was decorated.
Redecorate.
I had the apartment redecorated.
The warehouse was in terrible condition when I bought it.
Do up.
I had the warehouse done up. Exercise 4. Listen and repeat.
There are 333 theaters in the center of the city. How many houses has Howard got? When I live in the country, I leave my problems in the city.
Exercise 5. Listen.
I bought a house for $800,000.
I bought an $800,000 house.
Now it's your turn.
I bought a house for $800,000.
I bought an $800,000 house.
I bought a dress for $50.
I bought a $50 dress.
He has a car with 2 doors.
He has a 2-door car.
She lives in an apartment that has 5 rooms.
She lives in a 5-room apartment.
They've got a van with 8 seats.
They've got an 8-seater van.
Exercise 6. Listen and repeat.
Isn't it fabulous?
You look terrific.
Isn't this a beautiful place?
Rescue me.
I know a little jazz bar round the corner.
Is this really the end?
Wow! Unit 4. Take a break 4. Listen.
I wish to the Lord I'd never been born or died when I was young. I never would have seen your sparkling blue eyes or heard your loud tongue. All the good times are past and gone. All the good times are on. All the good times are past and gone. Darling, don't you weep for me.
Unit 4, Lesson 5. Dialogues. The 4th of July. Listen.
Isn't this a beautiful loft?
Yes, it's an old warehouse. Jeff had it done up. It cost $600,000.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, Martha! You look terrific. You've had your hair done.
Yes, I had it done at Tilda's.
It makes you look a lot younger. You don't look a day over 40.
Actually, I'm only 35.
Oh, you don't say.
Hi, Barbara. You look terrific. That's a great dress you're wearing.
Thanks.
If you'd worn that dress on 30 Minutes last week, our audience would have doubled.
Very funny.
What's the matter with you these days? Why are you in such a bad mood?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry, Jeff.
Look, I'll get you a scotch. I'll be right back.
Barbara! I haven't seen you in ages. How are you doing?
Fine, just fine. How are you?
Wonderful. We've just bought an $800,000 house in Maine. You should see it. Wait, I think I have some photos here. Look, here's the garage, but that's nothing compared to the inside. Here, this is the bathroom. Isn't it fabulous?
Uh-huh.
Here's your scotch.
Thanks. Jeff, rescue me.
Nancy, will you excuse Barbara a moment? There's someone who's looking for her.
Thanks, Jeff.
Here's someone who's looking for you. I think you two already know each other.
Hi, Barbara. Good to see you again.
Tom, what are you doing here?
Come on, everyone. Let's go up on the roof. The fireworks are starting.
Oh, no. I hate fireworks. They remind me of...
Storms?
That's right.
Well, what do you suggest?
I know of a nice little jazz bar round the corner.
Now listen and repeat.
Unit 4. Oral Practice 4. Exercise 1. Listen.
The hurricane killed one person.
One person was killed by the hurricane.
Now it's your turn.
The hurricane killed one person.
One person was killed by the hurricane.
Keep Crying won the first prize.
The first prize was won by Keep Crying.
Alfred Hitchcock directed the film.
The film was directed by Alfred Hitchcock.
Mark Twain wrote Huckleberry Finn.
Huckleberry Finn was written by Mark Twain.
The bomb injured 10 people.
10 people were injured by the bomb.
My secretary prepared the report.
The report was prepared by my secretary.
Exercise 2. Listen.
Congress has rejected the new budget.
The new budget has been rejected by Congress.
Now it's your turn.
Congress has rejected the new budget.
The new budget has been rejected by Congress.
Hurricanes have swept Florida many times.
Florida has been swept by hurricanes many times.
Volunteer doctors and nurses have helped many disaster victims.
Many disaster victims have been helped by volunteer doctors and nurses.
The Andersons have bought the house on the corner.
The house on the corner has been bought by the Andersons.
WXQR has brought you the 6 o'clock news.
The 6 o'clock news has been brought to you by WXQR.
Many people have heard the news.
The news has been heard by many people.
Exercise 3. Listen.
She went away. She didn't say goodbye.
She went away without saying goodbye.
Now it's your turn.
She went away. She didn't say goodbye.
She went away without saying goodbye.
I drove through New York. I didn't see the Empire State Building.
I drove through New York without seeing the Empire State Building.
They've studied French for years. They haven't learned much.
They've studied French for years without learning much.
Phyllis lived in Los Angeles for 5 years. She didn't drive a car.
Phyllis lived in Los Angeles for 5 years without driving a car.
Exercise 4. Listen.
I've lost many friends.
I keep losing my friends.
Now it's your turn.
I've lost many friends.
I keep losing my friends.
He's won lots of prizes.
He keeps winning prizes.
We've lost many tennis matches.
We keep losing tennis matches.
They've moved many times.
They keep moving.
We've made a lot of money.
We keep making money.
I've traveled a lot this year.
I keep traveling this year.
Exercise 5. Listen.
If I move to Chicago, I'll miss L.A.
If I moved to Chicago, I'd miss L.A.
Now it's your turn.
If I move to Chicago, I'll miss L.A.
If I moved to Chicago, I'd miss L.A.
If you go to San Francisco, you'll see the Golden Gate Bridge.
If you went to San Francisco, you'd see the Golden Gate Bridge.
If she leaves without saying goodbye, he'll be angry.
If she left without saying goodbye, he'd be angry.
If she laughs more, she'll be more popular.
If she laughed more, she'd be more popular.
If the phone doesn't ring, she won't mind.
If the phone didn't ring, she wouldn't mind.
Exercise 6. Listen and repeat.
Do you mind if I switch on the radio?
I'm fed up with L.A.
I might go somewhere else.
Hey, Mike, please cut it out.
Could you do me a favor and stop asking so many questions?
What about Maryland's 4th of July barbecue? Unit 4. Take a break 4. Unit 4. Take a break 5. Listen.
Number 1. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
2.
Any girl can look glamorous. All she has to do is stand still and look stupid.
3.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
4.
Entertainment comes first. Without it, you can't sell the American people anything.
5.
Well, it's not the men in your life that count. It's the life in your men.
6.
What is there to fight for? Everything. Life itself. Isn't that enough to be lived, suffered, enjoyed?